Well, hello everybody. Welcome back. You just saw us outside taking the frames out full of honey. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the frames in here. I'm gonna use the knife to cut the what do you call it?
To open up, yep, to uncap it.
To uncap it, all the honey. Whatever doesn't get taken out with the knife, we're gonna do it with this tool, which like punctures it. All right, so that the honey can flow freely. Then we're gonna bring the frames here and we're gonna put it inside the honey extractor, and it's gonna cut each frame in one of these crates over here. Gonna close it, and then we're gonna spin it, and the honey should be coming out of there into the strainer and down the bucket. Okay, that's a double colander. Is that a
Double strainer.
double strainer? All right. So here we go. We're gonna grab one. Very sticky though.
And we're looking for any stray bees that
any stowaways that might come.
kind of wanted to come in with the honey. Which
Yeah.
I'm sure there's one or two.
Oh, I gotta put my glasses, can't see. Okay.
Let me secure this here. Does that help at all?
Yep. Thanks.
This is only our second time doing this, so.
There you go. Thank you. Okay.
You know what? Let me get a butter knife
I was gonna say, yeah.
to try and help you with
Yeah.
that.
Yep. Okay. We're gonna turn it around. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right?
Okay. And we're gonna do the other side. There we go.
Oops.
Yeah, then put it like this upside down, okay?
Okay.
It'll be better.
All right.
That's what you see. Okay. Okay.
I'm going to turn it around.
There you go.
Got it?
Yep. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna puncture some of these. Okay. Because it's getting covered, I don't want to go over with the knife again because then it's gonna start dripping the honey. And I'm gonna go and put it in the honey extractor. Okay. So we're gonna put another one here. Okay.
Okay.
Both things are very heavy.
Yeah, heavy.
Oops.
Oops. It looks a lot easier than it actually is
Yep.
to cut off, to open up these, what do I want to call
uncap
them? To uncap it. Because you don't want to catch the wood because you don't want to ruin your frames.
Plus you don't want any of the wood in your honey. Yeah.
Well, it would get straightened out, but
Yeah,
still.
but still.
So you just sell it as fancy honey at that point? It's like those beers made in dry bourbon barrels?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. A little bit of that. Okay. Alright. Take the other side. The other side's not a lot, but still gonna uncap it.
punk there. I didn't get it off. Sorry.
Okay.
Teddy.
Okay. Let's be a little bit over here. Okay.
I think you got a spot down here. You got to grab.
Oh. I'm gonna grab it. You just do it. You don't have to wait for me. Alright, and in the honey extractor goes.
So I'm gonna move it a little bit.
Yes,
There.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. I'm gonna move this for the next one as soon as that's in there.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Ready for another one?
Are you gonna do it like
Oh.
that? Stop right now.
Oh,
What
we're
I'm saying is,
we're connected
are we
back.
gonna put it back the same way? The frames? Because this is number 1.
Oh.
And all the way, this is number 10 and that's number 9. I don't know if you
Okay.
wanna put
So I'll start.
yeah, that's number 8.
Okay.
Pushing back. There you go. Okay.
Yep. There you go.
There's that. Good.
Yep.
Okay. And your caps right here. And your caps right here. And here.
Just be
Okay.
careful because this is reaching the edge.
Yeah. Let's move it back. Turn it around. And we're gonna do the other side. Okay. Don't be afraid to grab that hand. You don't have to jump. Grab it and
Okay.
just do it, okay?
Okay, we are back on.
I just don't want to get in your way if
Yeah,
you're
no,
in the
I
middle
know.
of something.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I won't get in. I won't be in my way. Okay.
Oh, you already did the other side too?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Great. Okay.
And into the honey extractor. One more. This one there.
Where?
Right there. I think it's that. Take it off. And
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Don't. Okay. Where did I put that? Oh, right here.
Okay.
There's another one there. I mean, it'll get strained out. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
Yeah, take that. Okay. It smells delicious. If anybody has any questions, you can ask Zen and John.
Listen, I don't think you realize that this whole thing is sliding and it's making it harder for you because of the angle you're at.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish it with the.
Yeah.
So John will let us know if you have questions, and we'll do the best to answer. Okay? Thank you.
Did it really open this?
What, honey?
Did it open it?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. much, honey?
No, that's good. It's good.
How'd you eat? Huh?
Because I didn't know if it was like cutting into it, but it wasn't. It looked from this angle like it was a little bit, but.
Okay. And
Okay.
put this in here. Okay. Rinse my hands quick.
This is our first time using this extractor. We just got this. We got a motorized one because we were using a hand crank one from the Worcester Beekeepers Association last year. So, see how this goes. Start off slow. No, turn it down, turn it down. No, turn it down.
Now, why did you need to turn it down?
Because if you feel the whole barrel shaking, the honey's very heavy. So if it's shaking, you're gonna end up ripping your frames. You don't wanna do that. All the wax, and you have wires in it to try and help it not do that.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't wanna tear up your frames.
You wanna?
So you go faster as the honey empties. But when it's really full, you can't start off fast.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
And then in a couple of minutes we're gonna stop it and we're gonna switch the frames. Turn around.
For those of you just joining us, we just opened up the caps on our frames, and we are now spinning out the frames to get our honey, our spring harvest, correct?
Yes. This is spring honey. No.
Flavor-wise, is there a difference between spring honey and fall honey?
Yes.
And also color. The spring honey is lighter. It's like a light amber color.
No,
No?
it's
Yellow?
a light yellow color. Typically, spring honey is lighter, and fall honey in color, and fall honey is darker. Because it's all the honey and the taste of the honey is all dependent on what's blooming and where they're getting the nectar from. So your spring honey is going to be from all of your spring blossoms, your trees, your fruit trees, things like that. In the fall, it's more floral because of all the vegetables that have bloomed during the summer and into the fall. So in this part of the country, typically it's more floral in the fall.
Now, what is the difference in the flavor profile, usually?
Well, usually, like I said, in the spring, it's more fruit, because that's when all your fruit trees are blooming. In the late spring, early summer, you're having all your vegetables are blooming.
So
In the fall, it's more floral, like your
it'll be
flowers.
the fall will be sweeter.
It's not so much that it's sweeter; it just tastes different. And some people like fall honey better, some people like spring honey better, and it depends what you're using it for too.
Okay.
I mean, I would say probably your fall honey has a little bit of a heavier flavor, but somebody else might taste it and think differently.
Now, can you plant certain things to change how your honey tastes?
Yes. Your honey, the taste of your honey is dependent on, again, where the bees are getting the nectar from. So like if somebody had bees that, you hear about how farmers will get beehives to be placed on their property. So let's say someone has an apple orchard if you put the beehives there, the honey from there is gonna have an apple blossom nuance. Or like people will say it's like blueberry flavored. So if it's a blueberry farm and they have blueberries there, because the bees are collecting the nectar from those plants. So it will have an undertone of that. But that would be someplace that has like acres and acres of that particular fruit or flower.
Cool.
What's the thing in Worcester that they said in the fall? There's some kind of trees in Worcester that give the honey like a very good taste. I can't remember what our mentor Mary told me. I can't think of the tree, but there's a tree there's a lot of that type of tree in Worcester, and it gives the Worcester honey a particular flavor.
Cool.
How's it going in here?
You guys can look and everything doesn't shake.
Yeah.
Let's check it out. Like, take that one out so I can like. Okay.
Well, the thing is, I think because it's on the feet and the feet are on the hardwood floor, it has a more tendency to shake. If you had the feet off and you had it on top of the island, it wouldn't shake as much because it wouldn't be sliding.
What should we put? Let's say a towel or something? Or something to keep it from.
We had like a rubber mat.
Put at least some 2 on the legs. What do you think?
You could try it. I'm trying to think. Do we have a rubber mat? Any kind of rubber mat? Oh, don't we have some of those rubber things so that the furniture doesn't move? Do we have any under there?
So.
Oh, let me
Check
wash
it
my
out.
hands and look.
Go ahead.
Because that's why I think that's what's not helping you turn it up high.
So, what are you doing right now, Pops? What is Mom going again?
Something I have cut of, it's like rubbers, like you put it on furniture, you put it under the legs, so see if that works, that stops it from shaking. Because like Mom says, I think it's
Part of the reason why it's shaking is because the
Probably
floor is so
for that.
slippery.
Yeah, exactly that. The feet are sleeping on the, when you turn it up high, it sleeps on the hardwood
hardwood.
floor, it's slippery, and it shakes. So hopefully that will stop.
Again, this is the first time we're using this, so we're learning as we're going.
Yeah, and the guy that we bought it from says that you have to like increase it as like the speed as the honey comes out. It's like the flames get lighter, and the machine will tell you which whether to turn it up or not. If I'm gonna turn it up, and look at how the machine is shaking. If you can see it, can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that means to decrease the speed. And as the honey comes on and the flames become lighter, then it increases the speed and stuff. Is it coming up?
Yep.
I'm gonna turn the frames around.
Yeah, try it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm looking for this now.
that's fine. Okay.
Found
So-
one.
Why you turn the frames around?
Because when you come over here and they're facing each other this way, the honey in the inside is not coming out, only in the outside. So then once the honey comes from this side, then you flip them. See, it's come out a little bit, if you can see it. So we're gonna turn it the other side. And hopefully we'll get that side too. And it becomes lighter, and then we turn it again until like, ooh, that doesn't look good.
All right, I got 3.
So this one is more out, if you can see it. Okay. And back inside.
Looks like there's
Yeah,
still
but-
quite a lot of honey.
Huh?
Looks like there's still quite a lot of honey.
Yep. And there's some honey already done below.
Well, it is already draining though.
Yep.
So
We saw that start to drain.
this one looks full of this one, so this is also here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I got 3 of them.
Okay.
Let's see if this works, this idea. Okay, that's one side.
Oh, careful.
That's the other side.
No, you're starting
No, there. And now, wait,
Sorry.
let me come over there.
to. Sorry, everyone, for the shaky camera for a second. We're trying to put these stoppers on the bottom of the legs, and the bucket got a little misaligned from the pouring out honey.
There we go. Now we're back in business.
Yep,
You wanna
let's
go rinse your hands, huh?
let's see how this goes.
Turn it on? Yeah. How fast did you have it before, Sergio?
50. What do you got it now?
This is working a lot better now. So I wouldn't go higher though.
So adding the rubber stoppers seemed to have helped with the sliding problem.
That before, right?
It also keeps the floor from getting scratched.
Yep.
So going through all of your half frames, how long would you say it takes to spin all of the honey out? Because we're not going to record all of it,
Yeah, no,
but
it's gonna take a while because
This whole thing, it will probably take us, I would say, an hour.
Mhm.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of work involved in it, you know, but you're only spinning honey twice a year. And then once it's spun and gone through this strainer, and there's another strainer underneath it, so that nothing can get in there, then you have to jar it all. So,
and once we have these frames on the second hive, it'll take a little bit longer as well, right? But about twice as long.
what do you mean? Oh, from the second box?
No, on the second hive.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
so,
it's gonna take longer,
right.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
it's 10 frames in each box, so it's 20 per hive. So you're gonna get 20 there and 20 there, that's 40. But we won't do it in one day. We'll do one
Yeah.
today and one tomorrow, whatever, something
Right.
like that. But what we're gonna do is, we're gonna take a couple of those frames already spun with the honey out and stuff, and we're gonna switch it with 2 new ones from the second hive. That will help the bees come up and they say, okay, well, we need to do this. So they're gonna start growing the second hive.
So the
frames
thing
of the
is-
honey super.
this time of year, it's hot. And they're thinking about the future. Bees are always thinking about the future. They don't want to make wax now. They want to make honey. They're thinking we got to put honey away for the winter.
Yep.
So, in an effort to encourage them to come, this is the new hive we're talking about, and in an effort to encourage them to come up to the honey super, and build on the frames that aren't built out already. We're gonna put some of the frames that have honey on them that are built out, because that will encourage them to come up. And then they'll want to make honey and realize there's no place for them to put honey, so then they'll make wax even though they don't want to. They will make the wax to have some place to store the honey. Because this, like I said, this time of year, in the early spring, they don't mind making wax. Now that it's summer, they don't want to make wax.
Now, how much did you spin off of the hive the first time you did this?
How's that?
How much honey did we get last
Oh,
year?
it was our first year, and usually, typically, you don't get honey in your first year. Whatever honey you get, a little bit, you leave it in the hive for the bees for the winter. But it was a good year for honey.
For everyone.
We had about between 16 and 17 pounds last year. Which for the first year was pretty good.
So then, how much do you expect to get from this?
From the first hive, hopefully about 30 to 40 pounds.
Oh,
30 to 40 pounds, we're hoping. Let's see.
you can see now it's flowing a lot faster,
There's more honey in the bottom.
because as the frames get empty, you can increase
The speed.
the spinning time, the rate that it's spinning at, because the frames are getting lighter and lighter, so the honey will come fast now. Once you get it flowing, it flows fast.
So you're hoping to get 30 to 40 pounds
Not
of...
today.
Not
For
today,
the whole season.
for the whole season. So spring and
And
fall.
Yes.
So
Hopefully.
so once we have the second hive going, it might be anywhere from 60 to 80 pounds of honey.
Next year. Yes.
Next
We're
year.
hoping, yes. Yep.
The thing is, like last year was a very good honey year. It was wet. We had a lot of rain.
Mm-hmm.
Your plants, if you even look at your plants now, the plants were bigger. If the plants were bigger, there were more flowers. There was more nectar.
Yep.
That's why it was a good honey year. This year, it's been very dry.
So far.
So it's probably not going to be as good of a honey year as it was last year. The weather and climate, all of that affects this.
Now, how wet or dry it is, does that affect the flavor of the honey as well?
Okay.
Of course, because
How's the level of sun?
it's not, oh yeah, it's somewhat empty. It affects the taste of it because it affects what blooms and how prolific those blooms are. So if there are certain flowers that just don't have a lot of blooms on them, then it's gonna affect the taste of your honey. Are you
I think this is done.
flipping them top to bottom?
No, we don't do that.
You don't have to do that with
Yeah.
this machine?
Look at this. We did it, and we didn't do that last year. Is
There's
it done?
still a teeny bit in
Yeah,
that
but
one.
it's the same thing. So should we put it again or just?
I would put it for a little bit, just to get, the bottom seems to have a fair amount. Do you want me to take this side off?
Sure.
That's stuff.
This is gone.
That one's empty?
Yep. I'm just gonna put it here for just for balance.
Okay, that was stuck on the side of this one. Yeah. Does that need to be,
No, does it?
is it open?
Got it. Got it.
I mean, may as well,
Right?
yeah,
Okay.
good?
Got it. Let's stop.
Yeah. So these ones are just about done.
Okay.
So which do you prefer, spring or fall honey?
Personally, I like the fall honey better. Although, I will say this, I've never had my own spring honey, so who knows? But I thought, and I'm probably biased, my fall honey was really good.
How about you, Pops?
Wow.
Spring or fall honey?
I really don't need much honey, believe it or not. So, because I don't drink tea, and you're drinking only tea and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, probably should try more often.
It'll help your allergies,
There you go.
especially in the
Just
spring,
like
honey.
a spoon here and there, right? A spoonful or
Yeah.
something.
Is that true?
Yeah, if you eat local raw honey, it's supposed to, I mean, that's what they say. I'm certainly not, a doctor, but they say that if you eat honey from the area that you live in, like I said, local raw honey, it's supposed to help you with your allergies. So if you're allergic to maple trees and you're eating honey from this area, your allergies aren't supposed to be as bad. And when I say local raw honey, I mean honey from where you live, and raw means unlike honey you get in the supermarket, it's not heated. So you're not killing any of those helpful things that are naturally in honey that help you with your immunity, with your allergies, because there's a lot of healthy benefits to honey. But if you heat it to package it like what you get in the supermarket, it kills all of those beneficial things. So that's why there's, it's important to eat local raw honey. Well, that's a little too much.
All right. How's it there? Still coming
Oh
on?
yeah, it's still coming. We're gonna have to move this a little bit though, because I don't want it to.
All right. So I'm gonna stop it. I think we're done with this. I don't think it's gonna come out anymore. Okay.
All right.
So let's take this off. Okay. So this is what we're gonna do. We wanna fix those. Oh, right now I don't know. Never mind. So
No, you know what I was gonna say? Why don't we put the ones that are spun on the cover?
Okay, hold on a second. So anyway, so if you want to come over here, John, I want to show one more time the honey in the bottom and stuff, and that's gonna be it for today because this is gonna take it's gonna take longer to do. So we're not gonna bore you with the same stuff over and over again, and it's gonna take a while. Did you see? Take a shot of the wolf? Okay, now it's like gripping the. See it? So thank you for watching. Okay. We're gonna be spinning the rest of them. We're gonna go get the other frames, the other 10 frames. Finish checking the hive, and that's gonna be it for today. Am I correct?
Yep. Later today, we'll post a picture of how much honey,
Yes.
not money,
And
honey.
then you know what? Maybe we could tape like jarring it,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can.
because that's the next thing we'll have to
So
do.
we'll come back in about 2 hours or so once we finish, and we can show you how we're gonna can it and stuff. We're not can it, but jar it, put it in jars. We got honey jars and stuff. Okay. Well, thank you for watching, and again, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. Thank you.